Shalom, children. Last time, Moshe was still up on the mountain talking with Yahweh. He was hearing all about the special job his brother Aaron was to have, and about the priestly clothes that were to be made for him. But of course, none of the people at the bottom of the mountain knew what Moshe was really doing up there, and they started to get restless. Has a grown-up promised to take you somewhere exciting, but then it seemed as though it was taking forever, and you began to think you would never go? Well, Moshe was taking so long up on the mountain that the Israelites decided that their leader was not coming back after all. When you get restless, do you start doing things you shouldn't, like picking on your siblings, or touching things you know you are not supposed to touch? Well, here is where the trouble started, because the Israelites also began thinking of doing things they shouldn't be doing. All the people came up to Aaron and complained, saying that they didn't know where Moshe was or what had happened to him. They wanted to have a God they could see. Well, you would think Aaron, being Moshe's older brother, would just tell them to be patient and wait a little longer. But no. Instead, Aaron told all the people to take off their golden earrings and bring them to him. And what do you think Aaron did with all their earrings? He made them into a golden calf. He told the people that this was the God they wanted, and that the next day there would be a big celebration for Yahweh. People listened to Aaron and brought sacrifices to offer to Adonai. They had a big party with food, music, and dancing. Now, do you think Yahweh saw what the people were doing? Of course he did. He can see everything. I don't know what these people were thinking, but their actions made Yahweh very angry. The Israelites had already forgotten that they had made a promise to obey whatever Yahweh told them to do. They had been told not to worship idols, but that's exactly what they did. Finally, Yahweh had to send Moshe back down the mountain to take care of the situation before something worse happened. Yahweh said, "I am going to show them how angry I am. Instead of making them my people, I will wipe them out and start over again with you and your children." Now, you might think that Moshe was very happy with this, but he wasn't. He begged Yahweh not to hurt the people. Moshe reminded Yahweh that the Mitzrites and all the nations around them would say that Yahweh was a bad God because he rescued his people and then led them all into the wilderness to kill them. Moshe said, "Remember you made a promise to Abraham, Isaac, and Israel that their great-great-grandchildren would be your people, and you would give them the land you promised." Yahweh listened to Moshe and didn't take out his anger on the people. I wouldn't want Yahweh angry with me either, would you? So Moshe took the tablets that Yahweh had been writing on and started heading down the mountain. Joshua met Moshe partway down and urged Moshe to hurry, because the noise from below sounded like an enemy attacking. Joshua was a soldier and wanted to get down there and help the people. But Moshe set him straight. He said, "That noise you are hearing is not from people being scared, it's from people partying too much." Oh dear, the Israelites are in trouble now. They may have been having a good time, but wait till Moshe gets down there. Have you ever been enjoying doing something wrong, until suddenly your mother or your father caught you? Maybe some of you thought jumping in a muddy puddle would be fun, until your parents saw you ruined your clothes and your shoes. Well, the Israelites are about to find out that they have ruined much more than the outer things." As Moshe approached the bottom of the mountain, he saw what the people were doing, and it was worse than he ever imagined. It made him very angry, and he understood why Yahweh was so upset. These people had just promised they were going to be good, and now they were dancing and bowing down to a golden calf. Moshe was so furious that he threw down the tablets in his hands and smashed them all to pieces. Oh dear, how do you think the people felt now? Afraid? Ashamed? Sad? Maybe all of those, but one thing was for sure. They knew they were in trouble. First, Moshe ground up the golden calf into powder, put it into the water, and made the Israelites drink it. Oh, that sounds nasty. But I bet they knew that wasn't all the punishment they had coming. Moshe turned to his older brother Aaron and asked, "What were you thinking?" Aaron told him how the people were restless and had brought him all their gold earrings. "I threw the gold into the fire," he said, "and poof, out came this golden calf." Well, that's pretty hard to believe. All of Levi's tribe came to Moshe. He asked them to go through the camp and to get rid of anyone who had not made the choice to obey Yahweh, even after they knew what they did was wrong. So the Levites did, and about 3,000 people were no longer part of the camp. Moshe told the Levites that they would be receiving a special blessing because they had chosen to do the right thing, even if it meant getting rid of family members. I am sure it made them very sad to have to do that. But sometimes we have to tell people we care about that we can't be with them if they are not willing to stop doing bad things. Moshe made it clear to the rest of the people that they had done wrong. He told them he would go back up the mountain and ask Yahweh to forgive them all. Moshe confessed to Yahweh that the people had been very bad. They had made an idol and had worshipped it. Moshe begged Yahweh to please forgive them. If he didn't, Moshe didn't even want his name to be written in Yahweh's special book. Yahweh told Moshe that he would not erase his name from his book because Moshe didn't do the bad thing. Only the people who had done the bad thing would have their names erased. Yahweh told Moshe to keep on leading the people to the promised land, and Yahweh would choose the right punishment and the time he wanted to do it. I hope the people will listen and obey next time. Yahweh also told Moshe to cut out 2 more tablets, just like the ones he had broken, so that Yahweh could write on them. But this time, nobody was to come up onto the mountain, not even Joshua. So Moshe cut out 2 more tablets, and the next morning he went back to the mountain to spend more time with Yahweh. Well, children, we have come to the end of our story for today. So we will see you next time for another exciting Torah portion. Shalom.